guys, I'm back. How's it going? Did you miss me? You're probably wondering, Keisha, where did you go? I know. It's been like a gazillion years. 2 years to be exact, but still, that's a long time. But it's fine. I'm back and I'm better than ever. And these videos will be less cringy than the last ones. I promise you that. So, I hope you're ready to dive back into the space wormhole, because I know I am. So, alright you guys, you already know the deal. If you like this video, at the end or right now, click the subscribe button, hit that bell so you'll know the next one is coming up. So you can get your daily dose of space. Alright you guys, 2022 is almost here. So we had a bumpy-ish kind of ride. It wasn't as bad as the last year before this year, but it was still kind of bumpy, you know what I mean? So I'm ready to skip this year, go on to the next one. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to make some new changes and see new things. And whenever I say new things, I mean new space things. I think we had a pretty good run space-wise last year. This year, whenever you're watching this, I think we had a pretty good run in 2021. With SpaceX launching regular people like you and me, I mean, they're probably much more smarter than me, of course, smart enough to go to space, but still, they weren't trained astronauts. They were regular people. So I see that as a step towards bigger, better things for 2022. I don't know about you. That's right, you guys. Taylor Swift, she knew what she was doing when she made that song. It was supposed to be trending all year the next year. So, although 2021 is not over quite yet, we're gonna end this space year with a bang tomorrow. And it's gonna be bigger and better than any telescope. Yes, I said it. We're having a telescope launch on December 24th. NASA is going to be launching the biggest telescope they've ever made into space. And it's not just big in tons of weight, but it's big and groundbreaking knowledge that we're going to take from it when he comes back, or when she comes back, whoever. When it comes back to space, we're going to get some new stuff, hopefully good and not bad, if you know what I mean. So the telescope is called James Webb, and it's going to be the biggest, like I said, I'm emphasizing massive, big. It's literally going to be humongous. But people all around the world are, may I quote, they're freaking out. Astronomers all over the world are freaking out. I've seen some quotes saying that they are shitting themselves senseless out of excitement, and they're kind of scared. Now, why are we freaking out and so worried? This is a big ass telescope, which means big problems can occur. How many exact? 344 problems are most likely to happen on this gigantic telescope. Astronomers all over the world are saying they cannot live, laugh, or love in these conditions, knowing that we might have a big oopsie-doopsie if this doesn't go well. Like, this telescope's gonna be bigger than the Hubble, and that one was pretty successful, but like I said, this one's gonna be way bigger than that. So who knows what problems could occur during the launch. This has been in plan for over 26 years in the making. That means every other year, they have to go back, rework it, do their aerospace technology stuff, go back to the drawing board, chalkboard, Promethean board, whatever board we got going on these days at NASA. They have to go back to that board and redo some stuff. It was initially planned for 2007, but it got pushed back because they got to go back to the drawing board. The budget for this is $500 million. And that's probably one of the reasons that it was delayed, for like over-cost runs, and they had to remodel it and redo the design every other year until they got it perfect, so we can get that final pizzazz to get us to where we need to be and get this telescope out there. Even some of the engineers are kind of having major anxiety because this is a historic, groundbreaking launch when this happens. I mean, you guys, it's not called rocket science for a reason, right? Like, this has been on there for 26 years, remodeled, remade, cost budget, rebudget. Like, we had to get this down to the nitty gritty, to the perfect quantum theory, mechanics, all that good stuff, in order to know that, hey, I think 2022 might be our year. So like I said, there are 300 ways that this thing could fail, but NASA is NASA, and you know they got backup on backup for any delays or any malfunctions that might occur. So fingers crossed, and let's see what will happen tomorrow. And what are we looking for whenever we launch that big bad boy up there? Well, there's so many different things we are looking for. With our naked eye, we can only see so much from so far. This thing is gonna go into other galaxies. Now, like, this is so big, and one of the reasons why this telescope is so big is because no other telescope is gonna go as far as this telescope is about to go, you guys. Hubble ain't got nothing on the depths that we're about to reach with James Webb. So James Webb is gonna be observing other planets' atmospheres and the infrared light, which we can't really see with our naked eye. Some scientists also hope to see how the Big Bang was created or started, so we can see the past with this future technology. And of course, the big why, the big reason we're in space to begin with, is to look for other life on other planets, which will possibly be able to occur whenever we reach other planets' atmospheres. And then NASA is going to be making big moves in 2022 as well with the Artemis 1 moon mission. So sadly, it was pushed 2 months back. That's not a big deal. But, you know, like I said, space technology, aerospace, science, we need to get our stuff done right, because anything can go wrong. 300 ways could go wrong. You never know. So they had a small bit of a hiccup with their launching system. And the rocket has been getting tons of series of inspections to make sure it's up to par for March. So the Artemis 1 system is chilling at Florida at the Kennedy Space Center, getting its checkups and making sure it's well enough to be out there in space to be the best rocket it could be. So why are we sending this thing out there? So we can basically possibly go back onto the moon. So this will be an unmanned crew, and it's gonna go to the moon's atmosphere and do a little orbit and get some information so that we can get back on that moon and get some more in-depth information and be back on the moon, because who doesn't want to go on the moon? And if we succeed, we have the hope to know that we will be able to put astronauts back on the moon before the end of this decade. So that means before I die, I might be able to see a human on the moon. What do you guys think? Do you think that we might have a hiccup, or do you think it's gonna run smooth and we're gonna see possibly more future launches to go to the moon? Comment below and let me know. So SpaceX has been making big moves. This little baby is blossoming into the baddest of all stations, and they're proving like, hey, we came to play. So what do they have coming up? They've already made a bang in this year alone with sending civilians to space. Like, that's pretty big. And they came back successfully as well. So they can only go up from here. Like, there's no going down. They can only go up. And what do they have planned for 2022? Elon Musk says they plan on doing tons of test flights from Starship, so they can eventually do actual payloads successfully to space and back. And the only way they can do this is to have a long-term goal for their rocket manufacturing. Now, this is not a car manufacturing. It takes time to build a rocket. So their only problem is, will they be able to make a rocket fast enough? And I think with the Dragon and how the Falcon has done, I believe they can make tons of rockets. Pretty good, and even better than the Dragon and Falcon itself. So fingers crossed. What do y'all think they're gonna do? Big things in 2022? Or they're just gonna do some tests? I think they're gonna go farther. Comment below and let me know. So the new president of Iran, Razi, has been in his office for 100 days, and he's already planning on going to space. Going to space is in the works for Iran. Now, you guys, don't get too scared, because they've had a troubled past. Over the past decade, Iran has sent a couple short-lived satellites up there, and in 2013, they even sent a monkey to space. So they've had some biggies, but they've also had some kapooies. They have had test launches and they did not go successful or go anywhere at all. In June or July, I can't remember which month, but in the summer, they tried to launch a rocket up into space. But in the summer, they tried to do a launch. And it was known as the 4th launch that failed in a row. Kind of embarrassing for a country. And there was even a fire. It wasn't even related to a launch. A fire broke out and killed some of the researchers and scientists. So things aren't looking too good and bright for Iran. But they have a new president in the office and he's planning on to dust off the old space facility. Some governments are kind of worried and perplexed, and they are worried that it might be nuclear attack related. They think they're trying to put missiles out into the atmosphere, into space. But Iran said they are deeply committed to the economic, military, and security use of outer space. So let's hope they are true to their word. But personally, I am not worried at all. I was looking through some research and I saw this picture of them and their meeting, their top secret business meeting. Then I was thinking about the United States offices and how they go to their meeting, high security meeting rooms. And then I see this room right here. And this is giving me 2010 vibes of me at my grandmother's house setting up the Wii with exposed wires everywhere, but we don't care because we got to get this Wii going. And then we have occasionally on the wall some dead relatives that we love very much. So seeing what they have technology-wise and how we are thriving technology-wise and what we are using, I'm not kind of worried at all. But hey, good luck to you guys. Ooh, this is space-tacular. Flying commercial, anyone? Space flights are going to be kind of a thing in 2022. Commercial space flights, that is. And there's already one company putting it out there into the universe and letting them know, hey, look for us when you need a luxury space hotel. And that company is Voyager. They are currently putting pen to paper right now, but they hope to do it within this decade to launch a luxury space hotel. They said they plan to house 300 civilian commercial flyers and then at least 100 more crew members. I'm all down for this commercial luxury hotel. What do you think? Are you gonna be booking your plane ticket, or should I say spacecraft ticket? And let me know. Voyager is not the only company trying to get in the mix on this space deal. An American privately funded space infrastructure company is trying to do this as well. They're called Axiom, and they're located in Houston, Texas. And this company is planning to do commercial trips to the International Space Station in 2022. And then they plan to own their own commercial spacecraft in 2024. This company's leadership is formerly employed by former NASA employees. And they are looking to do some commercial activities as well, such as human space flight for space tourists. And they even plan on doing some government-funded research and, of course, space exploration. And then in June 2022, another company is going to be trying to hop on the space train as well. And then they're going to be joined by Boeing Starliner. The company is originally called Boeing, but the infrastructure they're going to be making is called Boeing Starliner. And this is going to be a reusable design spacecraft to take crew members to the International Space Station and back. And of course, other low Earth orbiting destinations. So basically, Crew Dragon and Axiom are going to be tourist shuttles to get us to our luxury hotels and spacecrafts. What do you guys think about all these commercial and private flights entering in 2022? Are you a bit nervous, or are you on board? Comment below and let me know. So private space stations are planning to be coming in 2022 as well. And some are rumored to be better than the OGs, like the International Space Station and another space station out there from the Chinese. We already have 3 contenders already: Blue Origin, Nanocracks, and Northrop. Now, 2 out of 3 of these companies are already working on their flashy, cool new space station name. Blue Origin is going to be called Orbital Reef. So they're going to need some help, so they asked Boeing to help with the design. Next one up is Nanoracks. And Nanoracks is going to be calling their station the Star Lab. Now this one is kind of like, I like this one. This is my favorite. And who's going to be helping them with none other luxury Voyager. Now you notice how I said 2 out of 3 have their name Northrop, unfortunately, does not have a name picked out yet. They're probably still in the blueprinting or pen to paper right now, so they're not worried about the fun stuff right now. They need to get their heads in the game to get the hard copy facts. And NASA is actually excited about these future space stations coming into pass. And they think it would be a great opportunity for the US to thrive economically. NASA is also confirming that these new space stations might overrun the old space stations by 2030. I mean, what can you say? Out with the old and in with the new. I know what you're thinking, so I'll just say it. Keisha, where are the aliens? Where are the UFO? So, as you know, we now have a UAP task force in the government, which was long overdue. You might be wondering, I don't know much lingo. What is UAP? So UAP is Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon. And they basically get a collection of UFO reports and any UFO. I'm not talking about alien related. I'm talking about any aerospace ships that they see that we didn't say, hey, this is going up today. Anything suspicious, we're looking at that, studying it, and trying to shoot it down possibly if we can. No, I'm just kidding. Probably just studying it and saying, hey, get off our land. Well, what are they up to? What do they have in the works? A new amendment is supposed to be passed in 2022 for transparency in the UAP task force. This will mean we will have some more reports in our hands. I burped. This means we will have some of the reports in our hands. Now, of course, not all of them will be accessed to the public due to government stuff, like they don't want us to scream in terror or whatever, or it's just stuff we don't need to know as civilians, you know? But some stuff will be open to the public. So I think this was, again, long overdue, but thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys, 2022 is looking pretty bright. I don't know about you, but I'm ready. Are y'all ready? Are you? I am. So you guys, if you've liked what you've heard, comment below. I'd love to answer any questions you have, or if you just want to rant, or just want to say hey, I'll say hey back. Hey. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so we can talk some more about some more alien stuff and all things space. I can't wait to see y'all in the next video.